Hi, everyone. My name is Barbara Carney, and I am with Layton Real Estate, and I have been in real estate for 17 years. And if you're watching this video, you probably see that I have a YouTube channel. So I'm just trying to work on educating people and helping people with the day-to-day real estate stuff so you kind of understand how it works. But today we're going to talk about the market and what actually happened this last year. A lot of people, will be on Facebook or Twitter and such, and they're saying, oh my gosh, homes are selling way, way over what they were listed at. People are all about using cash, but today we're going to look at the facts because that's where the realtors come in. We are objective. We actually look at the numbers at Layton Real Estate and look at how this could affect future buyers or sellers. So just wanted to kind of go over and kind of make you feel a little bit better about being in the real estate market this year. So I might look a little fuzzy because I am on Zoom. I want to share my screen with you. So bear with me while I pull up this information. Okay, here we go. We're going to look at single family homes only. These are homes that are just typical residential homes. We are not looking at duplexes, multi-level townhomes. So for the sake of just having a clean number, we are looking at single family homes only. Now, you'll notice here, I'm going to concentrate on Gardner, Wellsville, and Ottawa. Those are three areas that we work in. And they are all off I-35. So if you're watching this and you're not familiar with our area, we're Wellsville, which is where my office is about 20 miles southwest of Olathe. You've probably heard of Olathe. So if you're driving down 35, you're going to hit Gardner, Wellsville, then Ottawa. And so I thought I'd concentrate on these three towns to kind of, because every town is going to be different. And when you're working with us, if you're in another town, we can also work on your numbers to give you an idea of how things are going there. So as we can see last year in total, in Gardner, 428 homes sold, in Wellsville, 69 homes sold, and in Ottawa, 238 homes sold. And in comparison, those are all great years. We had good year in real estate last year. So you can see the numbers are good. This is all on the upside. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of quantity in each of the towns and what sold. So now let's take a look at, of those homes that sold, how many of those homes sold over list price? And list price is basically what you put it on the market for. So if we look at Gardner, we see that 43% of the homes sold over list price. In Wellsville, 22% of them sold over list price. And in Ottawa, 26% of them sold at list price. But let's not get too excited yet. Let's look at, of those homes that sold over list price, what actually happened. So in Gardner, we're looking at 185 homes sold over list price last year. But if you look here, only 2 of them were 11% over list. And sometimes when you hear people talking, it sounds like maybe, wow, all of them are selling over list. But it really was a little more reasonable than what people think. If you look down here in our lower numbers, the 1 to 4% over list is kind of where the most of homes sold. And those were probably just people bidding a little bit over to try to capture the sale because there was so much competition. But overall, there were not too many homes that sold over, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11%. So anyway, here are the actual facts. And this is 185 homes out of the whole 428. Okay, let's look at Wellsville. 22% sold over list. And 14% was the highest over list that one person paid. So basically 10 of them were 1 to 5% over list, and the rest of those were 106 to 114 over list. So again, not a ginormous number. Is that even a word? I don't know. Anyway, next, Ottawa, 26% sold over list price. But again, if we look at in comparison, 28 of those were only 1 to 2% over. There was one that was 50% over, but that was a really, really low priced home. So I'm hoping that makes you feel better that not everything sold way, way over list. Okay, let's move on and look at of the homes that sold over list price. I'm just looking at those homes. Let's look at how did people pay for them? Because another thing I hear a lot is, oh my gosh, everybody's paying cash. I can't compete with that. That is not true. First, we're going to look at just the homes that sold over list. And if you can see, here's like different loan types. And if you're not real sure what these are, I'd be glad to sit down and talk with you about them and get you to a lender who could explain them. But conventional loans, which is really kind of the most popular loan right now, in Gardner and Wellsville and Ottawa, that was the most, conventional loan was the most that people used to purchase a home. If we look down here on cash, we did have some cash offers on people that sold over list, but it was not an enormous amount. So again, you know, I just want you to be comfortable with the fact that not all of these homes are selling for cash. We still have people using USDA, which is a no money down. And a lot of times sellers don't like that because there's not a lot of skin in the game. You know, the buyer's taking no risk. And they can be a lot pickier when it comes to the appraisal and the condition of the home. And so sellers sometimes just don't want to deal with that. And we saw last year, actually, when the government shut down, this shut down those USDA loans and they weren't able to be processed. So when you're dealing with the government and a government type of loan, those things can happen. So conventional obviously was our most popular of the homes that sold over list. Okay, let's look at concessions. And what I mean by concessions was you come in and you say that I got to put a 10% down payment down, but I still need money for closing costs. And so you come into a seller and you say, this home is worth $200,000. I'm going to offer you $200,000, but in the contract, I'd like to write it up to where you pay $5,000 for my closing costs. So the seller's really only getting $195. So that's what we mean when we ask for financial concessions. People are asking for the seller to pay their closing costs. And some people have a hard time with that, but it is really a pretty regular thing nowadays because people are rolling those costs into their loan. But you could see of those homes that sold over list, that one group of homes, 51% of them did ask for financial concessions. So if you have to have that, you know, don't stop yourself from buying a house because you think nobody will do that. In Wellsville, 47% of them asked for concessions. And in Ottawa, 66% asked for concessions. So it still happens. People will still do that. So don't be scared of that. Okay, let's move on. Let's look at of those homes that sold over list. I'm an analytical person. I like numbers. So this is just looking at the price ranges. And as you can see, Gardner, $200,000 to $300,000 homes were the most popular. That's a good first-time home buyer home level for a lot of people these days. In Ottawa, of the homes that sold over list, the most of them were in the 100 to 200 range. So you can kind of see a difference in the areas too and what they offer. Okay, let's move on. Now we're going to talk about all homes that sold in 2020 in Gardner, Wellsville, and Ottawa. So in Gardner, we had 428 home sales, in Wellsville, 69, and in Ottawa, 238. And those are all on the up and up. They were good levels. We had a good year. Okay, so this is the total for every home. So now we're going to look at the same scenarios so you can kind of get an idea. So for all the homes that sold in 2020, in Gardner, 57% of them were conventional, 59% in Wellsville, and 41% in Ottawa. So as you can see, conventional loans are still the way most people are going. It is, of course, you want to sit down and talk to a lender about what you can do, but I'm just trying to show you the facts about what's happening in the market. Very low FHA, but in Ottawa, there was a pretty good amount. It just depends on sometimes the sellers and their understanding of the different loans. And as your realtors, that is our job to help educate and help get your offer through in the most positive way. And we can do that because we understand these loans. VA loans in Gardner, there were 31 of them. Look at this cash offer. Out of 428 homes in Gardner, 42 of them were cash. So let's see, that would be 0.09%. So no, not all the homes are selling for cash. 11 were in Wellsville and 16% were in Ottawa. So there are a lot that are selling for cash, but it's not something that should keep you out of the game of real estate. But a majority of people are winning the bids with their conventional offers. There's still nothing wrong with these other loans. VA loans are great for veterans. They help them. It's just a matter of your agent and how they present them and sell them to the buyers. Okay. Next, let's look at all the homes that sold in 2020. Of everything that sold in Gardner, 42% of the offers came with a financial concession. We would like you, seller, to pay this amount. In Wellsville, 27 of them did, or 39%, and in Ottawa, 53%. So close to half of all the offers are still asking for concessions. So if that is something you need and you feel like because you need that you should not make offers right now, it's not true, because we're still seeing a lot of homes that are getting the deals with concessions. Okay, and lastly, of all the homes that have sold, I just thought this was fun, show you a comparison of 66% of the homes that sold last year in Gardner were 200 to 300,000. So that is the sweet spot there in Gardner. In Wellsville, 30 of them were 100 to 199, but we're also seeing 17 from 200 to 300. So that is growing. And then even more 300 to 400, we had 19 homes. So those two levels of pricing have definitely changed over the years, and we haven't seen them as much in years past. So Wellsville is definitely getting some higher end homes. And if you're a developer out there and you're listening, call me. We would love to have some good properties to sell to people. Okay, in Ottawa, 55% of the homes from 100 to 200 is what was selling in Ottawa. So that's interesting, because as you look in Gardner, your main homes are a little higher priced. Then you go down in Wellsville a little bit, and then down a little bit in Ottawa. So I just thought that was interesting, and it kind of tells you what is actually selling and what is going on in the market. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. So I'm a numbers gal. I'm sorry. So for those of you that are also, I hope this helps you. Don't be scared of this market. There are still great things going on. We absolutely wish we had more homes to sell. And it is still definitely a seller's market. But remember, when you're working with an agent, we have algorithms and we have formulas we use that can determine the odds of you selling your home, the absorption rate, etc. So that is one major benefit I want you to keep in mind when using a real estate agent. We have experience and knowledge of the market firsthand. We walk in, we see the homes that you're comparing to. And so we have a much better handle of how to help you. So I hope that helps you. And I hope that if you're thinking about selling this year or buying, that you will give Layton Real Estate a call. And myself, I am the broker owner. I've been there for 17 years and I still sell and buy real estate. So I'm glad to help you. I also have 2 long-term educated realtors in our office, Sarah Clam and Kim Hain, that can also help you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, give us a call. And if you want us to look at the exact numbers in your particular area, we can provide analysis for all of that. And that just helps us make smarter decisions for you guys. So thanks for joining us. And I hope to talk to you soon. If you have ideas on other topics you'd like me to talk about, please message me. I'd love to hear about that. Don't forget to hit subscribe below and the little bell so that you know when I post a video, and like my video. I'd appreciate your support. All right, thanks. Bye.